For a couple of weeks up in the north near the Lebanese border where he was rust-proofing brakes for Israeli military vehicles, John.
So I guess it's hard to make these predictions, but with a guy like that serving as chief of staff, how does that affect or impact Barack Obama's Mideast policy potentially?
Well, Barack Obama has said throughout the campaign trail he believes in continuing the talks that the Bush administration started on the Annapolis process for a two-state solution. And we do know that Rahm Emanuel, his family members say, does believe in that as well. What will be interesting to also watch is what happens with groups like Hamas, which the White House lists as a terrorist organization and has decided not to talk to, and even Syria, which has been out there in the international political wilderness. Will relations thaw with them? Israel is in the process of talking to Syria through mediated talks with Turkey. Will an Obama White House be supportive of that? But Israel, ultimately, the people here know that there are other pressing issues like Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan that might take the first couple of months for an Obama administration to deal with. So we'll have to wait and see, John.
Rena Nine, and live in our Jerusalem bureau. Rena, thanks.
All you Republicans out there, and you talking heads, all you Sean Hannitites.
Why, you?
And you Limbaugh lovers, and whatever, or those of you who have been Hannitized, I guess. And you are so afraid that what Barack Obama was going to do was to pull out of the Middle East and to remove any support from Israel. I guess you aren't going to have a problem now, because look who Rahm Emanuel is. He's the Karl Rove of the Obama administration. He is the insider for the pro-Israel contingent, folks. Don't worry. They're going to continue to steal your tax dollars to support a country you may not even like. To support people you may not even like.
You have no idea the kinds of programs that they sponsor, too.
Yeah. Israel is, I mean, there's so much on
we pay for kibbutzes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but we also support the Israeli Defense Forces and what they're doing to the Palestinians out there, and you people are never shown what the heck is going on in Palestine.
No, you're never shown.
You're simply told that Palestinians are terrorists and it's okay. Israel is, I mean, you can just do a genocide if you want to, because Palestinians are Arabic and Arabs are Muslims and Muslims are bad, and you are told that, and you drink the Kool-Aid. These are people, folks,
fed to you by the mainstream
media.
Go do some homework. You have high-speed internet. You have high-speed internet. By this time, like we're 7 years into this program, and keep telling you, showing you all the videos we've shown you are off of the internet. Oh, the internet, you can get anything you want off the internet. That's right, you can get truth off of the internet. No, but you'd rather listen to these mainstream liars like Charlie Gibson in the nightly news, you know?
Totally controlled by the New World Order puppet masters.
There's documentation that these news agencies have all been like in the pockets of the CIA and the apparatus, the machine, you know, for years and years and years.
All right. So there's my point. My point is that nothing's going to change. This whole point about the Barack Obama change was crap. It was bull. All it was part of the hypnotic trance that they wanted to put the American public in to accept that change will happen. And you know what? There's so many people so convinced that change is going to happen that whether changes happen or not, they will say change is happening. But they will never be able to tell you what's changed, how it's changed, when it's changed, where it's changed, or who it's changed for. They'll just simply say, change. It's happening. Barack Obama said it was happening. I believe him. I believe him.
Well, they do. They'll print more money and add to the inflationary cycle. They'll print by printing more money and giving the taxpayers a little bit more money with a.
Right. Nothing's going to change. They're still going to inflate. They're still going to create a police state. Nothing is going to change. Your liberties are going to suffer. My God, people, if you want to learn what's going on, go watch the Ron Paul videos on YouTube. His interviews with the mainstream news. Go back years. He's been right on everything, which is why he now is popular on television. And why Congress people are now asking him for advice. Because they're going back going, oh, maybe you were right, Ron. Ron Paul, folks. This is the man that should be running the government, because then they wouldn't be running your life. But apparently you want somebody to run your life, and you don't care whether who gets dragged down with you, because you're going to assume that they're going to come take us out first, and they're going to give you our property.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that this country doesn't turn into Zimbabwe.
They came for the trade unionists. I was not one, so I didn't speak up. They came for the Catholics. I wasn't one, so I didn't speak up. They came for the Jews. I didn't speak out because I'm not a Jew. Finally, they came for me. There was nobody to speak out for me, you know. Who said that? It was some minister. That was a famous quote.
Cardinal somebody.
Famous quote. So you better watch out.
Are you going to watch out? Are you going to pay attention? Or are we just sitting here preaching to the choir, Rob, and anybody that watches us and listens to us does this?
Well, I think it's either that or you know, the other half of the spectrum is I can't do anything anyway.
Right.
So why bother? Why bother? I can't do anything anyway. I hear so many people say that. I mean, the least you could do is like talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, you're afraid you're going to be branded as a kook or something. If you speak about it at work, at the water cooler.
I've been on this route since 1988. 20 years I've been involved in this business, and you know what? I tell anybody anything because I'm not afraid. Because I know what I'm saying is the truth. And I don't care what people think. Because in fact, if you say something to someone long enough and they eventually see it, it cracks open their heads. And how many of you who are watching this show had your heads cracked open a little bit by what we said? How many of it seeped through just a little bit? At some point you were unaware of anything that we ever said and thought that we were just wild-ass crazy son of a you-know-what. But after 5 years of being on this, 6 years now, 5, 6, no, 5 years, I don't know, 5.5 years, whatever we've been on a long time. After that period of time, go back and look at some of the stuff we've been telling you, and you tell us it's not true. I mean, you didn't believe the North American Union. You know when I saw a truck go down the road today, you know what it said, Rob? It said the truck was SGT. I want to look that up on the internet. SGT Transportation. And you know what it said on the side of the truck? Trucking for the New Millennium. And then under it said Trucking for the New Millennium. You know what it said? Serving Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Mm-hmm. Hello? Okay, it's a trucking company that's serving Canada, Mexico, and the United States. They just happen to use the term New Millennium.
Yeah.
But you won't believe in the North American Union? You won't believe that this financial crisis and currency collapse that's going to happen may lead to the new Amero? You won't believe that? It may not. But there's a good chance that it is. And then it may lead to a complete one world currency. One currency, one expenditure credit, a chit, the world chit, will be nothing but digital, and you won't even have a currency. Nope, you'll have a card. And probably at some point you won't even have a card.
Yeah.
You're going to have the chip. And your chip will be filled with digits. And when you spend it over the magic wands, it'll take the digits out. You are going to simply be filled with usable expenditures and removed of usable expenditures. Don't believe me, but take a look at what has happened. Investigate. Nothing is going to change. The system is going to maintain its current total police state, total control process against us.
Yeah.
The chemtrail issue, we're gonna continue pushing this because, folks, look up in the sky.
We're being saturated.
Look up in the sky.
And they lie dormant in your system. They get into every part of your system, and they're dormant in many cases.
But you don't believe about chemtrails?
Last week, they were filling the sky. And I'm getting so damn sick and tired of it. And I'm sick and tired of